All right. Welcome to Off Topic Tuesday.
It's time to go off topic, ladies and gentlemen.
Way off topic today. We're gonna start with PornHub.
Why not?
We're gonna start with machine learning, AI systems, and they took our jobs.
Sure did.
There's someone saying that right now. So PornHub is using machine learning to automatically tag its 15 million or 5 million videos. That's an amazing number. I bet it's more now.
Wow.
Because this is actually, this article isn't from today. It's from a little bit ago. That means there's more than 5 million videos.
Sure.
Now they're using, artificial intelligence has proven to dab hand at recognizing what's going on in photos and videos. But data sets it's usually trained on are pretty genteel. Not so for PornHub, which announced today it was using machine learning to automatically catalog its videos. The site, starting small, deploying facial recognition software that will detect 10,000 individual porn stars, tag them in footage. Usually it's information uploaded by viewers who will still play a part in verifying the software's choices. It plans to scan all 5 million of its videos within the next year, and then move on to more complicated territory, using the software to identify specific categories video belong to, like public and blonde, and more categories that we probably can't say.
Definitely can't say.
So it's going to know what we're doing. Now here's the thoughts.
Yeah.
So we have lots of these listening and watching devices and things like that.
Yes.
So once it figures out what the humans are doing,
oh boy,
then we correlate all that data that Google and other places have of all those private photos that are uploaded to the cloud. And then we can make other assessments on the humans, like where certain positions are popular based on zip code. I mean, think about the implications. When the AI systems figure out our breeding habits.
Wow. I'm gonna. they're big fans of Missionary and Southeast Michigan. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know.
This is actually a problem. We've always relied on people to tell us and expect them to be honest about what this is.
Yeah.
And if we know it's one thing that people lie about, it's probably this. Yeah. So now if we actually just go ahead and tie it all together, surrender all of our privacy, not to the government, but to the AI system that watches porn. This is great.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the ultimate in they took our jobs, but
there's someone going, hey, you could have paid me to do it. I would have been honest.
They were paying somebody. I mean, it used to be somebody's job to sit and watch this and go, oh, that is
such
so-and-so. Right? I mean, you had to tag it with all that stuff like that. So-and-so, she's blonde, she's doing this.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, they want to upgrade. It's going to be able to identify the act in there. I remember reading that in another report related to this. So they want to know exactly what. I mean, it's just.
Is this going to turn AI systems into perverts?
Well, here's the thing.
Like, will the AI begin to develop a proclivity towards certain things?
There's it. What's the AI fetish?
Exactly, right?
So one of the interesting things is the way you train AI. Normally in a computer program world, you design a program with a set of parameters. So you're always just trying to predict all the variables to get the parameters correct to get it right. AI is trained with data sets. This is actually why it's so hard to, or data sex.
Oh, jeez.
I know. That's a great pun.
Data sex or sex data? Your choice.
Sex data sets.
Data sets. Oh, okay.
But, it's really close. Data sets of sex. So when you train AI systems with data sets, this is why the actual behind-the-scenes learning is so hard for us to figure out, because we say this is this and that is that, and we repeat those images over and over again until it understands what it is, and we let it make all the inferences to understand, to identify an object. This is how just AI works in general. Now, the good thing is there is absolutely a lot of porn. So we have lots of image sets.
There's plenty of data sets.
So will this make, though, a better hot dog, not hot dog app?
Oh.
It's going to see a lot of hot dog.
That's for sure.
So will it be able to identify it?
Yeah, a lot of hot dog. Definitely a lot of buns.
Yeah.
It'll definitely be there.
And one comment we'll have before we jump off this topic, before we just make childish jokes.
Yeah.
Which, like, as if we haven't already.
Yeah, we could do another 30 minutes on this alone.
Before this gets stale. Pornhub also released, and it's they tweeted it out. I don't have have it pulled up, but you can find it. A chart to show that with the Hawaiian missile crisis, relating back to last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to bring up the Hawaiian missile crisis. The sudden drop in viewership in Hawaii. But about midway through, people started getting back to normal.
And I believe it spiked up and over, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Once
they declared it was over, then it actually went up above and beyond. People celebrated.
Well, because, I mean, you don't want to be... You know, I mean, you don't want people coming into the disaster area. Thank God it didn't happen. But if it had happened, there was really a missile. You don't want people coming into the disaster area and be like, oh, he was looking at porn when this happened. You know, people got to log off and log on to like NPR or something, so it looks like they were doing something intellectual.
Yeah.
But as soon as it was clear, they were like, well, back at it. Here we go.
We may be revisiting the Hawaiian missile crisis in roughly 9 months as well. For another statistic.
No kidding. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's
going to happen.
Not sure.
Hawaii's going to see a huge spike in population and baby birth.
And speaking of baby birth,
yes.
Contraceptive app Natural Cycles is under investigation for unwanted pregnancies. Natural Cycles is a popular contraceptive app which tells women which days they can have unprotected sex by tracking their temperature. The app is under fire in Sweden after hospital reported 37 women who had been using the app to avoid pregnancy to become pregnant, according to local news agency SVT. The hospital reported its findings in Sweden medical devices regulator, which has reportedly launched a probe.
Oh, that was a terrible choice of words.
It's a temperature probe, I'm sure.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
If you're using an app to not get pregnant, I did not know this app existed until they got sued.
Okay.
I'm not thinking that it's it's based on the rhythm method. So there's some theoretical science behind it. There's science behind it. I don't know how much of it's actually in the app, or how well these people followed the app.
Right.
But I'm going to probably say there's other, use the app along with some other methods like that.
Well, so apps like this, I think they were designed for people doing fertility treatment and stuff, so that it would tell you when was a good time.
Yes.
To have to do a thing.
To make the baby.
To do what you got to do.
So if you invert that,
they're just kind of reversing it and saying oh, this is a time not to do it. But anybody who had gone through any kind of fertility treatment knows that it doesn't it's not always accurate. The app may say now's a good time, and then you do the thing, and then it still doesn't happen.
But this is where their own description. Natural Cycles describes its app as effective method of contraception.
I don't know about that.
I've seen a lot of stupid apps.
Yeah,
but this seems a bit excessive.
Now, could they take this app and combine it with the learning that the PornHub AI is doing, and say so that your phone could be like, oh, hold on a second, it looks like you're about to do this thing,
and that has a statistically likelihood of getting pregnant. We can combine all this.
Yes, that's right. You're about to do a thing. I don't know if you're aware, but now would be the use protection time.
There's a theme of this show where the AI systems now can control our breeding. They know how we do it, and they know when we do it, and they tell us when to do it.
That's what. Yeah, no, you're right.
This is how the human race dies.
Yeah,
the app said it wasn't breeding time. Well, this app's failing, so this is another science experiment because these people got pregnant with an app that was supposed to stop you from getting pregnant.
Thank you, Internet.
Thank you, Internet. So. All right, so let's talk about getting in shape.
Well, because you want to get in shape so that you have a reason to use the app.
So, Lifetime Fitness, which has 128 locations, said in a statement on its Twitter account, the decision to remove the national cable news network stations resulted in significant member feedback over time, and our commitment to provide family-oriented environments free of consistently negative or politically charged content. So, in short, they turned the news off. That's great.
It's always a good idea.
It's got positive feedback from people, and I am They didn't say, but I wish they would just put the Food Network on because that's
right. Yeah, that's it. That's genius marketing right there. It's like putting a bulk foods next to a Weight Watchers.
Part of the reason I like that article so much, and I was laughing, is because me and Marvin, we have a gym as a client. And one of our service calls there was someone got aggravated with that, and they locked out. Someone took the remote or brought a remote in. We don't know because remotes are locked up. You know, TVs, readers, remote. Yeah. They went around and locked out all the news channels. And the guy who runs the place isn't tech savvy enough to figure out how to reset the TVs, and we had to look it up ourselves. So we had to go around resetting all the TVs so they could put the stupid news back on. They locked it out and locked it. They locked it down to, I can't remember what channel, but it was not news. Which made me laugh.
Well, that's the question.
I think it was locked on sports, but I was just like...
Well, so a lot of people do their workout in the morning, right? Well, what else is on besides news in the morning? it's like Sesame Street, or like, so is it just going to be a bunch of kids programming at the gym?
Maybe.
Like what else is on? It's infomercials. They could sell you a George Foreman grill or something like that. Maybe I don't know what else you're going to watch that early. I mean, early in the morning.
I just put not that I go to the gym very often. When I go, I put headphones in and listen to my own thing. Whatever's on there is generally some BS stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of funny. I think it's a great idea. It's so many. See, I cut the cord in like 2011, but this is something you go and see, just this constant feed of news cycle, and it's crap. And it, like we had talked about this before, they're all bad because they're just trying to find something to keep you glued to the TV for some unimaginable amount of time.
Yeah, it's stopped being important to be correct, and it's more important to be first.
Yes.
So
they report it, and I can always recant, change it later. So, yeah, I'm happy to see it on there. And not really on our list, but we'll talk a little bit about this, because even Zuckerberg realized this is a problem.
Yes.
And so the whole Facebook thing has changed. This is off topic, on topic here, because this is a lot of people have tuned out Facebook with good reason. And I find myself, I have some more time in certain forums. Facebook is going to start supporting interaction between people, as opposed to they're cutting back on the videos. They're cutting back on, which is a shame because we love our videos, but they want to go with engagement, and they want more than one word answers. They want people to have discussion, so they're looking for sentences, complete ones, which is going to rule out a whole lot of people.
Yeah, really. I mean, if you can't put together a full sentence. Actually, they want paragraphs. Like the longer they're going to give.
They want long form responses. Yeah. And this is interesting because it reminds me of this. And I think they're realizing when you start gaming the people, they will just kind of zone out and do it. But they're also seeing that the probably the more intelligent people check out of it. Because I've got to admit, when you go, there's nothing of value in here. It's a bunch of people going, I agree with this random post that I didn't read, and I'm saying, I am outraged by it too.
Which, and I have to admit, I love the gotcha posts where like they take like a picture of like Obi-Wan Kenobi and say that like this is somebody and he did this, this, and this, and then people just start sharing it everywhere, going, "I am outraged that this happened to this man," and it's like it's
completely made up.
It's completely made up and fake.
Yeah.
The Huffington Post actually ended their contributor program.
Yep.
So like people used to write news stories and blog and whatever to Huffington Post. They stopped that now.
So I think this is a good trend. We see the people at the gym, which are probably the category of people that go to gym are generally going to be more motivated people. So I'm going to not say that it's bad at all. Like, this is good. And maybe we see more of this on there. Like, if some people just turned it off. I think things like social media, they offer a great way to people engage, and that's how I've always looked at the internet, and even in the early BBS days in the 90s when I started doing all this. I love the deeper engagement, but that's why I've kind of moved over to some of the tech groups and things like that. By the way, we have a group of our own.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I moved there because I can have a long-form discussion. Someone had a question about some of the technology products. That's better. So I actually see this as a great move for Facebook, and hopefully less crap that just gets posted in there and the dumb randomness. But keep watching Off Topic Tuesday, because our dumb randomness has purpose. You just learned about porn bots.
Yeah, really. What you need to do is you need to make us a see first option, which we can
click
cover.
The bell, like, subscribe. Yeah. And we are bringing to the show because the same reason I haven't posted a video in 2 days besides this one, there's actually been work to do.
I
know.
Man.
So until I can make more money off this so I can spend more time making videos, I have to go do work things. I have to go do work things. So we will see you vlog Thursday for sure. I may have a video coming out tomorrow. It depends on how fast I get these next 2 jobs done that I'm working on finishing. So, woohoo!
Yay, jobs.
Yay, jobs. Like, subscribe. I am including a link to our Patreon. We're working on what to do for our amazing, I think we have 2 people. Thank you very much for donating to us on Patreon. But
You're the best. You're the true MVPs.
Yeah, and I think we might offer like where the Patreon people can, provided it's not worse than PornHub articles, can contribute some articles for us to just read. Or,
sure.
But we're trying to figure out what to do to encourage that. Because I'm not sure. Like, I'm very new to all this because myself, I have donated to a lot of projects, but I've never even asked for anything in return. I just because I mostly it's the open source community. So help me learn what is good. I've been looking what other people have been doing. Some of them release videos early, which is cool. Maybe we'll do some of that.
A lot of that. There's a lot of that. Like
which is cool.
Priority access to stuff.
Does someone want to see us sooner? The biggest problem is the way the production schedule works. I'm going to take this card out and go put it in the machine and upload it. So in a half hour after shooting, it's generally online.
Yeah.
So
usually. So
we try to get it done real fast. Anyways, thanks again for watching. Thank you for all of you that are here watching us do stuff.
We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it because it feels good. Because we talked to dead air for a long time. When we get like, Marvin, we got like 10 views.
Holy cow, that's great! So you keep watching. We'll keep putting them out.
Yep.
And here's a tip. We're going to put a link to the stories that we talked about. Use the link for the Pornhub story. Do not go searching it. At least not at work.
Yeah. Or do it in an incognito window.
Yes, that too.
Yes.
See ya.
See you guys.